I want to thank everyone for their patience. I'd ask that we reconvene the meeting and ask everyone rise to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Donnelly, please call the roll for attendance.
Mary Adam.
Present.
Anthony Carnaccio.
Present.
John Durso.
Present.
Jorge Guardian.
Present.
Richard Gutierrez.
Present.
Jeffrey Prime.
Present.
Farouk Amin.
Present.
And I am here. Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Donnelly. That's the item 1 under the Personal Affirmative Action and Labor Committee. Do I have a motion?
I would like to read a motion. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College herewith accepts the resignation of Dr. Donald Astrab, effective August 31st, 2012, and approves a certain separation agreement and release dated July 30th, 2012, and authorizes the Chairman of the Board of Trustees to execute the same on behalf of the Board of Trustees.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against?
Opposed because of the separation agreement terms.
Any abstention? So moved. Point 2.
Appointment of officer in charge, that will be introduced by me. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College herewith appoints Dr. Kenneth Saunders, effective July 31st, 2012, as officer in charge of Nassau Community College, and approves a certain employment agreement dated July 30th, 2012, and authorizes the Chairman of the Board of Trustees to execute the same on behalf of the Board of Trustees. And be it further resolved that Kenneth Saunders is herewith granted a leave of absence from his current appointment as Executive Vice President, which leave shall run concurrently with his services as officer in charge. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? So moved. Item 3.
Appointing of acting executive vice president will be introduced by me, Farouk. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College herewith appoints Maria Kanzati as acting executive vice president effective July 30th, 2012 of Nassau Community College at an annual salary of $180,000. And be it further resolved that Maria Kanzati is herewith granted a leave of absence from her current appointment as Vice President of Academic Student Services, which leave shall run concurrently with her service as Acting Executive Vice President.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? So moved. Item 4.
Fact finder report, I will introduce this. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College herewith accepts in its entirety the recommendations of fact finder Robert L. Douglas, Esquire, contained in a certain fact finder report dated July 6, 2012, issued in connection with the impasse in the collective negotiations between Nassau Community College and the Adjunct Faculty Association.
Do I have a second?
I second the resolution, sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? So moved. Before we get to the speakers list, I think at this time it's probably appropriate that Dr. Saunders be given an opportunity to say a couple of words to everyone in light of his appointment as officer in charge.
Good morning, and I just want to say thank you to the Board of Trustees for giving me the opportunity to be a part of the transition of Nassau Community College as we work as a collective to bring us back to a state where we're functioning collegially with one another, that there's an opportunity for shared governance to be embraced and moved forward, and for us to continue to build Nassau Community College because it's a wonderful institution. It's an institution that has gotten to its standing as a result of a collective effort on all constituent groups at the institution. Thank you very much.
Onto the speakers list, I'd just like to remind everyone that the speakers' comments are limited to 3 minutes. I invite Debbie DeSanto in first.
All right, so I'll be keeping the time today. So as we do it all the time, 30 seconds, I'll say 30, and then 3 minutes, I'll call time. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
On behalf of the NCCFT Executive Committee, I will be reading a statement. I'm Deborah DeSanto, President of the Union. Thank you for hearing us and for taking the appropriate action to get the college back on the right track. In the spirit of cooperation, I would like to share with you the following thoughts. It is our hope that NCC's new leader will be someone who will welcome our faculty's commitment to the quality and integrity of this institution. We are hopeful that our new leader will work closely with the faculty within our governance structure and respect and honor the collective bargaining agreement. We need to be able to communicate openly and honestly to reach our mutual goals. It is essential that as we move forward, we work to rebuild the morale that was damaged on both sides. Finally, it is important that we continue to nurture our culture and history as a nationally recognized academic institution that NCC symbolizes for the sake of our students and the community. I would like to, at this time, welcome Ken and Maria. I look forward to working with you, keeping the lines of communications open, and I'm available at any time that you need to discuss anything with me. Thank you all very much.
Kimberly Reiser.
Good morning. I would first like to thank you for your timely and deliberate actions today. It is my ardent hope that every individual in this room will take a deep breath, refocus, and wholeheartedly commit to the next chapter of our professional lives. At Nassau Community College, this means making the mindful decision that we will do everything in our power to move forward, reclaim our college, and bring Nassau to the next level of excellence. Please be assured the Academic Senate Executive Committee is committed to working with each and every one of you and Dr. Saunders and Vice President Kanzati in order to restore stability on our campus. We very much look forward to starting afresh in the near future with a new president who possesses a vision for the college that embraces our rich culture of shared governance, a culture in which our dedicated faculty work hand in hand with the administration in a climate of mutual respect, collaboration, and consultation. This, of course, cannot occur without transparency and accountability. We ask that today, July 30th, 2012, mark a new day in terms of a college-wide commitment to transparency, open communication, and accountability. Thank you very much.
Steve Richmond.
Members of the board, I want to thank you for doing the right thing, for taking the first step in a process that will hopefully restore collegiality and appropriate shared governance to the college. Dr. Astrab was clearly hostile to the faculty, viewing us as adversaries rather than allies in solving the college's problems. That toxic attitude extended to other members of his administration. Because of that, I believe that having SUNY appoint an acting president would have served the college best. However, I respect Dr. Saunders. I've worked extensively with him in the past and look forward to working with him in any capacity that I can during this critical transition period. Finally, I know that the relationship between the board and the faculty has been at times strained, to say the least. I am truly hopeful that in the future, the administration, the faculty, and the board will be able to move forward with mutual respect as we pursue our common goal of academic integrity. Thank you.
Jason Gorman.
Other than a heartfelt thank you, I'd like to pass.
David Stern.
Hi, well, first I want to thank the board again for your service and the actions you took today. Recent actions of the board clearly demonstrates its understanding that it's not us versus them, but it's we. Certainly before even today's action, the reinstatement of the reassignment time, I think, was a significant move by the board to support the tradition here of shared governance. I would say the one thing that's really needed that Dr. Astrab was never able to fully do is a vision for the future. And I hope that vision not only reinstates the fact that Nassau Community College is a leader in the country as far as shared governance, but I hope we would go the next step and actually have more shared governance than we've had in the past. Certainly when you look at the budget, there's been, in my tenure here, I've been here about 10 years, there's been a doubling of administration and a diminishment of the role of shared governance. I hope this might be the beginning of a different view, looking outside the box. Shared governance can actually do a lot more than having an authoritarian type approach, top-down approach. So I would ask, as the board, again, I thank you very much. I see that that we're in this together. Again, the board's actions clearly demonstrates that over the last couple of months, and I thank you again.
Rich Newman. You got it in time this time.
I got it, yeah. Good morning, and you'll pardon my hoarseness, but I have a case of laryngitis. In September of 2011, I stood at this microphone and asserted that Dr. Astrab had failed this campus as a leader. This was not, I said at the time, a matter of personal criticism, but a simple, verifiable observation. I stand by that assertion today, and you, in accepting Dr. Astrab's resignation, have demonstrated that you agree with me, and of course not only with me. Mine has been one voice among many. Today I want to say just two things. First is thank you. You have acted today for the good of this college and its students. The second is that I hope we do not miss the opportunity today represents, to start listening to each other with ears that are not overwhelmed by the conflicts that surrounded Dr. Astrab's tenure. I counted. Since June of last year, there have been at least 17 different points of conflict that we brought before you in emails, individual meetings, and at this microphone. There is no way true dialogue could flourish amidst that kind of static. I'd like to end by reminding you that our differences with Dr. Astrab were not primarily about the need to cut costs. We know he walked into the middle of a budget crisis not of his making. We know the external constraints that determined in part his choices in dealing with that crisis. Rather, our differences were about vision and the meaning of a liberal arts education in the 21st century. The next administration of this college needs to come to us with a vision that all of us can buy into. And that means we, you and us, need to have a serious and sustained conversation about what that vision might be. You've taken an important first step today in creating the space where such a conversation might happen. So I want to say again, thank you, and that I look forward to contributing to that effort in any way that I can.
Thank you all for coming out this morning. Just before we close up the meeting, just say that the decision that the board made was not reflection on Dr. Astrab personally. It's just a recognition that the college needed to move forward, and that this is, as has been stated several times, an important first step in that process. So I want to thank everyone involved in that process, and thank you all for being here this morning. With that said, the next Finance and Capital Committee meeting will be scheduled for a date certain in September of 2012 at 7:30 a.m. The next scheduled board meeting is Thursday, September 13th, 2012. The board will open the public session at 6:30 p.m. and resume the public session approximately 8 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Do I have a second? Is that anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? So moved. Thank you all.